Well, hello, guys. Another game hunting video here with the Retro Funhouse. Started the day really early at a local Goodwill. Of course, Goodwills are hit and miss, especially with so many people going to them and just really just cleaning the place out of any kind of retro, whether it's gaming, toys, whatever it may be, even clothing. It was really cool to come across the Halloween stuff, and I love Halloween costumes, especially the really fun ones. But again, like I was saying, with game hunting, a lot of the games you come across, and this was my first stop, they were always the common ones. And it's always interesting how it's not just common sports games, but it's even common sports games of the same year and systems and stuff. So once in a while, like this hunting game, this is one I don't have. I enjoy the Wii games, but again, like I was saying, when you come across a lot of just random things. But I did get pretty lucky finding a wired PlayStation remote. They wanted about $8. Pass. But then, look at all these Xbox 360 consoles. They were not complete and only for $84.99. Pass. You know, this is the way it is when you go to any thrift store. I did get these shoes though because they're from the 90s and it's retro. I like the shoes. And I've never found Super NES games till now. Both hockey games, not interested at all, so I left them. Yeah, I know. But I didn't understand why they had all this stuff in this glass case, and it wasn't even locked. A lot of it, again, sports games. And this right here, the Power Player, if you've ever played it, don't ever play it. It's not worth it. This was wrapped in a lot of tape. So, yeah, pass on that PlayStation Slim. And I move on to another location because that place was really weird and a lot of common things. So, one thing I could tell you guys, I don't know if you're into it, but when I go, I always like to look through the DVD section of the movies because I always find all kinds of fun movies that remind me of my childhood. This is off of one of the books, if you've ever seen that, Where the Wild Things. Great movie. Guitar Hero 2. We are a big Guitar Hero family. We enjoy it. So I did pass on it because we already got it. And again, Madden games galore. If you're into the sports games, it's cool. Not me. So I moved out of that place really quick and went to another location. Where did I go? Another Goodwill. And as always, sports games. They're everywhere. It's like the plague. No, nothing against sports games, but I did get out of that store pretty quick and moved on to another thrift store where I came across the Smallville collection. You know, I think that retro game hunting is just not as fun as it used to be. I really wasn't finding much, but the tape recorder did make my day because I've got a lot of tapes that I had from back in the day as a kid. So to see a tape recorder still and it worked, I really thought about getting this. Digging through just random hats, you never know what you'll find, especially if you like hats. And who doesn't like a Cheez-Its hat? Yes, I did pick this up. The thing about game hunting is so many people do it that it's becoming not fun. I'll probably have to do a video on this because it's really been something that's bothered me a lot. But I do like to look for other random things. I mean, I'm always looking, like I said, DVDs. I'm a big Marvel guy. I never got into the X-Men Evolution stuff, but still, it's cool to see that. And DVDs, I mean, there's so many of them out there when you go anywhere and everywhere. I mean, there's many places that have tons of DVDs. And if there's certain movies you're looking for, I would definitely dig in DVD boxes because I found many DVDs of things that I haven't seen in a long time, especially like TMNT, the original Ninja Turtle stuff. I mean, I came across a lot of common movie stuff from the, early 2000s, but finally, when I was in this new place, I mean, like you said, like you've seen, found a few games, but this place was loaded with movies. I mean, loaded potato with movies. And they had all kinds of movies and VHSs. I found Roger Rabbit. Who doesn't like Roger Rabbit? I got this saved on the Disney app, and to find this on VHS, pretty good condition, I really considered getting it. But I did come across in this place, finally figured out where they put all their games in another glass case, and I get it. But I was kind of going through them, as you can see, it's common titles, Madden, Halo, just games that you'll find anywhere that people just are not buying, whether they're collectors or just gamers or what have you, because it's not worth it. I had to get out of there, even though they had some pretty good stuff. They had a lot of DVDs, VHSs, and they had more game selections than I thought, but it was a lot, again, the commons. So again, moving on, and it was pretty cool to finally come across Nintendo Labo. Never worked on one of these or put one together. I know it's just cardboard, but it's still cool to do, so I did pick it up. It was about $6-7 to get it. Couldn't pass on this. And again, you gotta check the games, the DVDs. They didn't have any VHSs, which was cool, but a lot of the VHSs they did have were a lot of the more current stuff, and I'm always looking for the older stuff from my childhood. And of course, come across a lot of Wii games, but again, they're all the stuff that you see anywhere and everywhere, and so I just couldn't bite on it. And I was really pumped to see this Rock Band drum set, but as you can see, it was damaged, and just like Taz, I was pretty much done with this store. So I move on, and I just figure, I'm not gonna mess with any more of the thrift stores. I'm gonna hit some other places outside of a thrift store. So I go to some local pawn shops, and I give them a try. Now, was it just me, or as you can see, they had a Wii Fit in the box behind the glass? I mean, is it really that valuable? I don't think so. Like Kevin McAllister would say in Home Alone. Just a lot of weird items they had in the glass case, which was not intriguing. It was pretty cool to see that they had some PS5 games, sports games, of course. They had decent titles in the pawn shop. They've actually, it seems like, picked up on their pricing, I guess, with collectors and what have you, and resellers or whatever. Kind of coming in, they've gotten to where they've priced them a little more to what the market is, because I've been told a lot of the pawn shops are now looking at pricing them or what GameStop would price them at, and they kind of go about that. But sometimes you catch them to where they'll give you a good deal just to sell some of the stuff. So I ended up going through all the titles regardless to see what they had. Like I said, they had a decent selection, nothing great, nothing spectacular, except for the Dark Cloud Greatest Hits for the PS2, which I do have, but this one was too hard to not pass up. As you can see, I pulled it a second time, and I did went ahead and bite the bullet on it and took it. As I was about to walk away, finding Nemo for the Gamecube. Got the manual, still clean. It's not anything high value, but just keep swimming, because Nemo is actually, in my opinion, a really fun game to play. So the only thing I found so far, again, as I just keep on searching, found the clear Xbox remotes. I actually have two of these, but I don't need them because I don't have an Xbox. Skylander ports. Does anybody even use these? I don't. Okay, so a little confused. Everybody knows the Wii Fit, right? I mean, everybody has the Wii Fit board. But have you ever heard of this one? Apparently it came out of a CVS. Extreme Fit? Look at that. It's basically, it looks like it's kind of like a power pad like the NES would have, but as you can see. So, but it's just like the Wii Fit. So this is a location, it's an indoor flea market that I haven't been to in a while, and I don't know why I haven't been to it in a while. I guess it just keeps slipping my mind to go take a look and see what they've got. They've always got some pretty interesting selections. Last time I came here, I left with a few games that were games that didn't have. in my collection, and they were they were priced great. They were in great condition, and they were some really good games they had here. As you can see in some of the early clips, there's all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, this place is called Webb's Indoor Market, I believe, in the area where I live. They got some fun items. They've got all kinds of things. It's a spread out area of just random vendors. If you've ever been to an indoor flea market, you will find some pretty good stuff here. Just take a look, guys, at some of the clips here, and you'll see for yourself. So one thing I've noticed, anywhere and everywhere you go, there's a lot of DVDs. And I do like to look through the DVDs and get certain things out of there that I can find. But one thing I've noticed, DVDs are everywhere. And mixed in amongst the DVDs is usually games. But I've noticed, as you can see in this footage here from another location, there's a lot of the Xbox Connects. Or Connect, I don't know. But there's a lot of them. And almost everywhere I've gone, there's been a lot of them. And again, like I said, there's not a place you wouldn't go and you don't run into sports games. I mean, and it's always the same titles, I've noticed. At least where I'm at, it's a lot of the same titles for the same consoles. But this one right here, Roller Coaster Theme Park. If you've ever played Theme Park, the original Theme Park, great game. Had to pick this up. Actually only paid $1. I almost missed this cool item, this PlayStation carrying case. Price was a little high. They were asking about 30 bucks. So that was the video, guys, of just out and about, going to random places. I mean, anywhere and everywhere, just to see what we can find out in the wild. If you really want to call it the wild, because even the wild has gotten to be really thin on just what you can find. I mean, you've seen from the video that there was not much. It's a lot of the same old stuff that people really don't want, or they've already got. I mean, a lot of the stuff that's out there, like the Wii Fit stuff, we've had that for a long time, and we do play it, and it's fun. So some of the stuff I did come across to add to the collection, and gameplay, always gameplay ahead of collection, because I want to make sure it's something I'm actually going to play regardless. Got the Addams Family. Awesome game for the Sega Genesis. Also a very, very fun movie. If you even remember the MC Hammer Addams Family song that he did when this movie came out. It was a very catchy movie. So that was a cool one. Got the WWE 2K19. Paid a pretty good price for it. And it's the deluxe edition. We have this game, but we don't have the deluxe edition. So that's a pretty good find. Again, as you know, guys, if you've seen previous episodes, Guitar Hero, Warriors of Rock, we like Guitar Hero. So this is going to be a fun for the PS3 that we're going to add. Roller Coaster Theme Park for the PS2. I paid $1. I paid $1 for this, and I like theme park games. Especially if you played Theme Park on the PS1 original, that was really fun. Came across Finding Nemo for the Gamecube. The movie's great. The game's great. I like this game. It doesn't have much value, of course, but it's Nemo. Can't go wrong with Nemo. Also, this is one I do have. Dark Cloud, the greatest hits for the PS2. That is, again, a game I do already have, but it's a fun game that you can use for trade or what have you. And so that'll probably be more what that'll be, is just a trade game. Really cool one I got for the Switch. I haven't played. I haven't really heard much about it. I know it's probably been out for a little while. The Friday the 13th game, the Ultimate Slasher Edition. So I don't play many slasher games or horror games, but this is an iconic movie from the 80s, of course. So I'm going to give it a shot, and let's see if I get scared or not. If I get scared, I'll probably just back out of it. But pick these three up off a 3-for-1 deal. Swords and Serpents for the NES. Anything on the NES, if I don't got it, I'm going to get it, because the NES has always been my go-to, because it's the first console I ever had as a kid. Iron Sword 2 Wizards and Warrior. Or, I mean, Iron Sword Wizards and Warrior 2. I never actually played this one, and I've seen this one around many places. So it was just cool to get that. Like I said, this is a 3-pack, so then I got, this was a cool one, the Wizards and Warriors 3 for the NES. Never played this one. So I'm really excited to play this one for sure. I mean, of course, it's got some writing on it. It's even got from a sticker, I guess, if you would have rented it, the Movie Club. But anyway, Wizards and Warriors 3. That was a 3-pack that I bought when I was out and about. Again, Finding Nemo for the PS2. I said this is a fun game, regardless if it's a kiddie type movie. This is a fun game. They really did a good job with the Finding Nemo stuff. So to get it for the PS2 and the GameCube, that was a good little score. That was the stuff we found, guys. We are, until then, thanks for watching.